Hi, Flosstube.
Hi, Flosstube. I'm Melina.
I'm Connie.
And I'm Melissa.
And we're Count Twice, Stitch Once. Plus
Melissa's
one.
our special guest today.
All right. Who's starting?
What are we doing?
Well, why don't we start with what you've purchased, since
Okay.
you're the only one who has it and it's not that much.
My only purchases that I'm aware of, which I might have more, but I got all of these from Satsuma Street. All of her new Halloween ornaments.
Little Baddie,
That one's my favorite.
Eye of Newt, Creepy Crawly,
Fun reading backwards, isn't it?
and Cat O' Lantern.
Well, I can't wait to start those, but I think I'm going to save them for our trip out east in the fall.
That's it.
That's all my haul.
And everybody's haul.
And Melina didn't have any haul, and Melissa didn't have any haul.
Well, I've got some floss haul
That Mom bought.
well, I
that
bought it.
Mom bought, yeah.
It's just DMC. No great shakes.
All right, so it's been a while since we did a regular update video.
Yep.
So there's an excessive amount of things that some people have to share, not others. So I don't know. Do you want to show one of yours first?
Sure.
Melissa's whips. This whip is almost finished.
Yeah, this
Wanna
whip has
show the
been
chart?
ongoing for a long time.
Cover.
Sadie
The Spring
The
Witch.
Spring Witch.
By Brooks Books Publishing.
to go with my Wendy the Winter Witch.
We changed her colors up a little bit.
So here's her body. And her hat. And staff.
Her broomstick.
Oh,
She
well,
brought these home.
not a broom yet.
She brought these back to me so I could do these
Mom did
spider web roses.
And I've got the butterfly and the leaves as well, but they're kind of little.
Yeah. So now she just has to assemble it,
yeah,
to glue it all together
Okay.
and all that fun
Yep,
stuff.
assemble. I'm probably just gonna make it into an ornament.
Leaf.
And then Mom bought me some floss and
For-
a present of
Tiny Modernist, It's a Mermaid Life.
because I got it for her for Mother's Day / her birthday, I think.
Yep.
And then I thought it was too cute, so I had to do it. And then
So
that's how far I've gotten. Some boat masts and
like this
a little
light.
bit of island.
if
And I dyed that fabric with Mom, because she's doing hers at the same time as me.
it's hard to get the color because the light in here is crappy,
Yeah,
but it was pretty true.
that's not bad.
So there's she's doing this. Oops, 1/1. This is 32 count white Belfast that they dyed with opal.
Opalescent. So she's not really digging the 1/1 that much.
Yeah, it makes me
And
cross-eyed.
this is the fabric that I dyed for it also. I think that looks pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
But I haven't started mine because I'm doing Christmas in July. So
And mine might be finished by next summer.
Says the person who wants to do one that's a tapestry the size of a wall.
yep.
Yeah, I do. That has to wait till after grad school, though.
Yeah. She's busy. Grad school and media coordinator duties when school starts.
Yep.
You want to do yours or like half yours and then I'll do mine and then you can do the other half of yours?
That would be good. Okay. So for winter stitching in July, I started with whips mainly. The Winter House Trio. I already had Snowy section done, and I worked on winter for July 1st. And that's how far I got on that. And then I worked on the snowy section next. Which I didn't get that far. But it's a start. That was a new start part. And that was, the other one was a whip. And then this, I almost finished, but let's go. I almost finished him, but it was too late at night,
He looks kind of
aka 2 in the morning, and then I had to go to bed.
I
So
like his shorts though.
I think I will finish him up before I leave for Wisconsin on Tuesday, tomorrow. Maybe. That's my goal. Then my next thing I worked on, which was on the 4th of July, so I didn't get very much done, was Praiseworthy Stitches Just Chillin', which will be an ornament. And I got the nose done,
All her needle minders.
the
in her
front
pile
nose
are-
done, and the back nose done. That's what I got done.
That's like the day she did ankles.
Then on the 5th of July, I worked on Shepherd's Bush Warm Heart, which is really cute, and I didn't want to stop working on that because it was fun. And I got that much done. It's so cute though. Okay, on July 6th, I worked on this angel Santa Claus angel. Got a fair amount done on that.
Yep.
And then the next day I worked on Frosty Weather, which is a whip.
That one's cute.
And this one was really fun. I worked on these 1/1 bunnies and got them done. I don't know how good it's focusing on them, but
Let's do. Oh, looks pretty good. They're so
But-
cute.
they were fun. So I had a ways to go on that one. Next was National Park Santa, Yosemite Santa, and I got some ankles done, as Melina likes to say. And this one I also used for the 24 hours of cross stitch acrostic challenge for the, what did I use it for? For the number 4, because I thought people who wear glasses are sometimes called 4 eyes, and as you can see, he's wearing glasses, so I figured he could be 4 eyes. And the Tahiti Santa one I use for the T. The angel I used for the A. The Shepherd's Bush Warm Heart I used for the 2 because it had 2 flowers, 2 hearts, 2 words, and 2 eyes. I used the Winter House Trio for the H because it was snowy, because it has the house.
Delilah.
And then I'll say the other ones when I get to them. And then I did this angel with the church. I didn't get very far on that one. The next was this Crescent Santa by Homespun Elegance, but I'm only doing this one, and I did not get very far at all on that. I only got that far. So that was all. I don't know why. I had to rip out and start over on some of it. So then I worked on this. This is when we were at the retreat. I did this snow globe, Santa globe.
And I will note that if you had got the first printing or I don't know, whatever, you ordered those pretty quick, right? The chart, it has a lot of errors in
This
it.
has a lot of errors. It shows green all through this section up here where the snow is, and it has the wrong color. This is green, but the rest of this that it shows green on the chart is not green, so I had to figure out what colors it should be and go from there. Got some more ankles done.
That's all she likes to stitch on.
I'm just gonna make her a big chart full of ankles.
And then when we were at the retreat, we showed this on our last video because Melina and I both finished this, but I wanted to show it again.
Mine's at home.
Then,
Oh, and I stole a flamingo
yep, Melissa
needle
got a
minder from
flamingo.
the retreat.
Yep. And then I worked on Jolly Snowman, Mill Hill. And I got, how much done? Okay, that's about half, so.
Okay, so go, Melina. Because I didn't update in a while, there was a lot of magical stitches challenges that these whips pretty much applied to. So for lack of not remembering all of the challenges right off the top of my head, I know I worked for this one. I think this was on week 5 or year 5, week 1 for working on a whip of something that doesn't have any faces in it. So for the Dementor attack, so this is Rosewood Manor Sunset. No faces,
But beautiful.
but some progress. I think I got all these yellow down here at the bottom done and that one little pink heart.
Didn't you work on that for pink too? Or
No. The other thing, one thing was work on your oldest whip, and then another thing was work on something that was boring, and this also I used for another challenge that was work on something with rules. So this is Lizzie Kate Christmas rules. I'm sure everybody knows what this looks like, but
Oh, yeah.
there's that. And so I'm getting progress here on this one. So mainly I worked on the blocks, Give Santa Cookies. I finished that one, and on down is what I worked on for all those homework challenges. So I'm getting close. Closer anyway. And this is on 32 count linen that's got gold threads in it, but I don't know what it was named or whatever, so. Another thing I worked on was for one of the homeworks, because that was the week we were supposed to work on whips number 1, which this was also that, and 2 or 12, which my whip list only has 10, I think, so this was the other one. Although I didn't count these stitches for that homework, so I'm gonna end up counting them for the extra credit, which is work on your biggest whip.
That's
And this
pretty.
one is my biggest piece, and so this is it. I worked down there at the bottom where the black is and the threads hanging out on those crowns
Whoa.
at the bottom.
Or you attached.
Yeah, so these two down here is mostly where I worked on that one. I haven't finished that extra credit part yet, so I'll get back to it. But I moved on to do the other homework. Okay, and the week that was work on something that 200 stitches on. One of those was the Lizzie Kate, so that was 200 with the word rules. The other one was 200 with the designer with letters from the word strict, and I worked on ink circles, turtles all the way down for that one. Since ink circles follows perfectly with strict, so I did progress. I worked on this turtle at the bottom.
I like the colors you chose.
Thanks. And then also I counted this for 200 stitches on pink, so all the ones that I did in the variegated that are pink, I counted for the pink 200 stitches. And then the other ones I counted. This one I counted for the other pink stitches, and then also I didn't bring the cover. This is my long dog that is Les Cerises, or however you say cherries in French. That's the name of it. And I did the pink in this, and then a lot of this black for the homework that was 1,000 stitches in black. So that pink and the black. So I made some progress, but then when you look at the cover photo, you feel like I didn't make that much because it's like the top little tiny corner. But that's okay. It's looking pretty.
It does. I like that one.
And oh yeah, for that same week there was 200 stitches on a project with kittens or cats, and I don't have anything with cats on it, but Mom did, so she loaned me her whip to work on. This is Lizzie Kate Cat Lessons for People, which she's gonna end up giving to Alyssa. So now we both have stitched on it. So what I worked on for my 200 stitches was the bottom row of words. And I didn't finish it because when I got to my 200 stitches, I just stopped working on it. But gave Mom some whip progress for
Should have given
Harry
that
Potter
to you to
homework.
work on.
Give you back your whip.
Thanks so much.
And then when I finished my 1,000 black stitches before the week was up, so I started working on some extra credit. And this one is Marie Barber Old World Floral, and I don't have the full cover picture, but that bird is on there. And the extra credit was 500 stitches in a whip with a bird or feathers on it. And so this one is going to be a bird.
Perfect.
So I've been working on that to get those. Those aren't, my stitches aren't done yet, but I've been working on it. So I think that's it. Besides, I showed in the last video the new start I did on plum pudding from Glendon Place at the retreat. And I did a flamingo like Mom did, but it's at home. That's all I worked on.
Cool. All right. I continue on the rest of my Christmas stitching in July. This one is Peppermint Tweet by Mill Hill Winter Cheer. And I did not get very far at all on that one. That much.
That's not too much.
Not much at all. I don't think I worked on that for anything. Then I got this Bird Loving Snowman by Mill Hill. That one. Not much. Again. This one I also worked on for the R in the cross stitch challenge by 24 hours of cross stitch, and it's Frosty, Forest Frosty, and I used it for the R for rabbit. I changed the color of the rabbit, and all the rabbit is done all in French knots.
Cute.
So it was a lot of French knots.
Yep.
Not all of them are that good, but oh well. So got that part done. Then next I was working on these heirloom Santas. This one's Santa Claus, Kris Kringle, and Père Noel. And I got this much done on Santa Claus. Some more ankles. I like to start at the bottom, can you tell? Well, let's get the ankles done. And then in between that, when Melina needed to do 200 stitches on something pink, and she was like, she didn't know if she had anything pink, and I said, well, I can start this Lizzie Kate Summer House 4 Seasons series, and because the house is pink, so she's like, well, if you start it, then she would do the house, but she didn't want to have to count anything. So I started it,
Laziness.
and I didn't get very far.
And then I found other pink stuff to use.
And
I
then
said,
she
"Never
used
mind."
her own pink stuff. Well, now I have that.
Whatever. What's one more when you're doing all these other ones?
Then I went on to Kris Kringle and realized I counted my, this was a kit that I got from, well, it wasn't a kit anymore. I bought it at the thrift store and it didn't have any of the floss or paper or anything in it. Just the charts, so I counted my paper wrong and ran out for the hat, so I just added a piece of paper to it. I figure you'll never notice that much once it's done.
Good plan.
Just a few stitches on that, so that's that guy. And then there's Père Noel. A little bit more done on him. Lots of those. Then I worked on Lizzie Kate Tiny Tidings X1X. Santa's Helper.
What
this
is that?
one.
What is that number in real
Just-
numbers? I don't know either.
19, I think.
Yeah,
I think so.
it's 19.
And then, see, I'm not that dumb. Not as dumb as I look.
You don't look dumb, so.
Because math. And this one I use for the E in Elf of Team 24 Hour.
Almost
And
done.
I've been working on that in between things too, so I've got more done on it. I finished this little present that present and that present last night in the pink in that one. So one more present, and then if I can find the beads for the hat and the present, then it will be done, but I don't know where they are. I lost them somewhere along the line. Then I worked on this Gingerbread House Snow Globe by Mill Hill. And this chart seemed to be okay and not have the wrong color code in it. And I got quite a bit of that one done. So I probably will be taking these to Wisconsin and Michigan and Minnesota, and if I have time, working on them. Next was Charmed Stocking, St. Nick Stocking by Mill Hill. And I got the present done and part of the stocking top and this much on the actual stocking. Not much. I'm not even sure which way this goes. I will have to figure it out before I
pretty
can continue.
Goes
That way.
this way, maybe.
I don't know. I should have done more. Oh well. That one I don't think I used for anything. Then I worked on Plum Street Samplers.
Pink and white string.
I don't know where that goes to. Plum Street Samplers Yuletide Shanty. I love this. I'm doing it a little bit different because I'm going to do the side in this.
This is Pictures plus Splash on 32 count Lugana.
Yep, that's what I'm doing. This, the side of and the bottom of the drum in that, and then I'm going to do the top in another one that looks more like kind of sky. So, and then hopefully I can maybe find somebody to make it into a drum for me.
We can do it.
I don't know.
We can do it.
That's challenging. Then I did Sarah Snow. And she is mainly a lot of beading and not a lot of cross stitching. But I finished her,
Looks beauty, miss.
and there cross stitch in the tree and long cross stitch in the tree and then cross stitch in the hat, and the rest is all beads. I thought she turned out pretty cute.
Mm-hmm.
There she is. Next, I worked on Frida Frosty. Oh, no, I didn't take it out of the bag, but that's the chart. And I got this much done. And then I'm going to give this to Melina to work on because she needs to work on 200 stitches on red beading.
Or metallics.
So this has red beads in between these blue stripes. So I'm gonna give that to her. I have to give it to you when I put it back in the thing because
You don't have the beads with
I don't
it.
have all the pieces.
Mm.
Then one of my friends on Instagram has been working on these heirloom Santas. She has over 100 of these, and I saw this one that she was working on, and I was like, "Oh my gosh, that is so cute!" I loved this little bunny peeking out as the magical Santa. So she said, "Hey, they have these on Etsy,
It was Etsy,
I
yeah.
think,
Yeah, it was.
or eBay."
No, it was Etsy because I helped
Yeah.
you order them.
Okay. So we were at the retreat and I ordered them. And I got some more ankles done.
It's really a trend. Yeah, I think you need to start putting hashtag ankles whenever you stitch ankles. It needs to be a thing.
Pound ankles.
That is so cute. And thanks for the tip. My Instagram friend. Then I was working on Lighted Santa by Mill Hill because Melina needed her red beads. And I got this much done.
More ankles.
More ankles because that's its foot.
So then she got me to where I can start doing the red beads
Yep.
so I wouldn't have to count.
Yep. And this is, again, this I think is all beading. I don't think there's too much of anything that's not beaded on that, so.
Got a few nice ones.
I know, but I had to do it anyway, so whatever. And then somewhere along the line I messed up, and I don't know, these are out of order, but somewhere I worked on this tropical Santa, the Hawaii Santa. I think I actually might have worked on this at the retreat. I
think
can't
you did.
remember. And this is where my white thread keeps coming from. And more angles! Hey, hey!
Continuing the trend.
And then also somewhere along the line, I did work on this and was so impressed with myself. I got it done, but kind of funny. And it's all beaded also. It was called Frosty. And I worked on this for the acrostic. Did I? No, I did not. But that's that guy. It's done. So that was all my whips.
All her Christmas whips. that
All
she's
my
not-
Christmas whips.
She wanted to give up, but she wouldn't do it for you guys. She said, "No, I said my plans, I have to do them." And I'm like, a lot of people say their plans and then do something totally different, so it would be okay.
Well, I was getting kind of tired of stitching Christmas, but then also I was stitching on some of these things and I didn't want to quit working on them because I was liking working on
Like
them.
switching
so.
every day, I think. Is hard.
Switching every day is kind of difficult. So I have, what, 4 more days? Today,
No.
3
2.
more days.
Well, if you count today, 3. If you don't count today, 2.
3 more days, because I haven't started mine for today. 3 more days of Christmas. And then I'll probably still work on Christmas. But I want to finish my Fauna the Fairy Witch by Brooks Books. I'm going to take that with me on vacation. And then Melina and I are both doing a swap. So I'll be working on that project.
Top secret. No, not. I know what she's doing.
And then I'll probably take a few of these other things I've started on paper
Yeah.
to work on.
Good plan. So my plans is the homework for magical stitches this week is a little redonkulous, so I'm gonna try to figure out what fits into that homework, but it's not the easiest to plan for. And they know that, so they said they'd give 10 bonus points to anybody who did all of the assignments without doing any penalty stitching. But I think that would be a challenge, especially because I don't really want to start a bunch of stuff just to have something that fits it. So if I don't have something that fits, I probably won't make it.
Then I give her stuff.
Then I just steal mom's stuff. I was like, what do I have that has red beads or red metallics? Nothing. And I was like, I do!
I can help you with that.
I never should open that can of worms.
I have lots of stuff. Actually, you do have something I can't show with them, but oh well.
Yeah. So
anyway, that was that.
Yeah.
And
so my plans is to do that or keep working on the extra credit homework from
Yeah.
that if I can't get stuff for the
and I'm
weekly
kind
homework.
of bummed out that I can't do the 24 hours of cross stitch August 24 hours stitching challenge because I'll be on vacation then, so I know there's no way I could do it because we're going to be at
You'll be having fun on vacation.
we'll be at national parks, and we'll be at Isle Royal National Park in Michigan and Voyagers National Park in Minnesota. So yeah, probably not a lot of stitching going on when I'm there.
Nope.
But I will be doing the 24 hours of acrostic challenge for August. I can't remember what the words are. Oh well, I need to print it out. But I probably won't do most of it until I get back after our vacation.
So, Mom, you're going to be gone until late-ish August?
August 14th.
So that's not too bad.
No.
So that's probably when we'll do our next update.
Yep.
Because I don't think we need to have anything that's going to be that important between now and then that
Nope.
happens. Other than that, I mean...
Hopefully we'll be stopping. I'm driving up to Wisconsin with Alyssa and her husband David, and hopefully we will stop at Lynn's in Madison tomorrow sometime, and probably briefly, and get some supplies even if we don't need them.
Be at a store where they have fabric. That's what I like the
Yeah.
most.
And then hopefully I can get to a few stores when I'm at these other places, but I was hoping I could stop at more stores in Michigan and Minnesota also, but none of the stores are on the way that we're traveling, so probably won't be able to go to any of those, but kind of bummed about that. But, oh well.
Other thing I wanted to make sure that we mentioned is if you watched our last video and you made a comment about a needle minder and you haven't emailed your address to our email account twicestitchonce@gmail.com, then you should do so and you might get a needle minder.
Yep. But I did mail all the rest of them out, everything out today that I hadn't already mailed. So Melina will have to be in charge of it.
It might not be as expedient as when Mom was in charge.
But yes, mail us your post address so we can send those off to you if you have not done so already.
Other than that, I don't think I have anything else that
I don't have anything
I worked
else.
on or...
We've been having fun
Yep,
cross-stitching away.
yep.
And we will be at Needlework Galleria in September.
Yeah, if you're going to be there too, comment below so we can try to maybe
Yeah.
get contact info or some way to get in touch with each other while we're there and make sure we see each other.
Yeah.
That would be fun.
So we're looking forward to that. That'll be fun. Lots of shopping going on.
All right. Well, thanks so much for watching. We
thanks for
appreciate
watching.
all of our subscribers. And
Yeah, and we're going to have hopefully a 500 subscriber giveaway in the not too distant future. We keep creeping up there slowly, so we'll get there eventually.
Yep.
And also our 1 year Flosstube
It's in September.
is in September sometime, but I probably will be gone when that happens, so.
C'est la vie.
We might have to have a giveaway for that too,
We'll see.
when I get back.
All right. Well, thanks for watching.
Thanks for watching and subscribing.
Talk to you later.
See ya.
Bye.
Bye.
It's count twice, stitch once.